Hi, everybody. Unfortunately, this morning when we were trying to run our webinar or our workshop on using Moxi Impress, we ran into some technical difficulties with the signal. So I'm going to do a real quick run through to at least give you an idea what we did and how easy it is to start using Moxi Impress to create flyers, to share videos of your property, to actually create postcards and all sorts of stuff out of Moxi Works pretty quickly and pretty easily. And then we're going to be doing more workshops going forward. So let me start by sharing my screen. And then let me turn off my picture so I can get rid of this extra space on the screen. All right. So first, you usually have to log into 21 Online in order to get into MoxiWorks. But then to get to MoxiWorks, you type in mymoxi.century21.com. And from there, you'll be able to see these things across top: Hub, Present, Engage, My Website, Impress, and over here something called Promote, which we're going to talk about next week. The one I'm going to focus on today is called Impress, because what we're trying to do is get all of our information in front of as many people as we can. Now, keep in mind that about 2/3 of your sales are probably coming from people who already like and trust you, people that you know. So, or referrals from those groups. So what we want to try and do is make sure, is make sure that we're in front of those people on a regular basis and keep reminding them what we do. So I'm going to click on Impress up here. Now, Present is our presentation software. It helps us do CMAs. Engage is our contact management software, helps us stay in front of people. My Website allows you to build a website for your personal real estate practice. And then Impress is what we're going to focus on today. So hopefully this will come up relatively quickly. Now, under Impress, if you have listings, they should all show up here. Now, I get to see everybody's listings, but you should have listings showing up here. If you don't have listings, or if you do and they're not showing up here, then we have something wrong in Dash. And if we have something wrong in Dash, we're going to have to fix it. Now, you have to have hit Impress first. Once you do, you'll see this. First thing I want you to do is go over here, go to App Authorization, and then it'll allow you to connect your Facebook page. And if you've got your own private YouTube channel, you can connect that as well so that you can share listings directly to your Facebook page. And we're going to share it on a lot of other social media as well. We can also change our profile so that if something is incorrect, hopefully we can fill it in. Now, some of this is grayed out. And if it's grayed out, we may not be able to fix it. Now, I can fix my phone number if I have to. And I can fix the office number, but it looks like I can't fix my email address because that is apparently through Dash. So we'll fix that later. We have the ability to manage photos, to add logos and so forth, but everything is already in here. So I'm going to go back to the home screen for a second. We're going to look at these listings. And the first thing I want to do is show you what's available to you right now. So let's start with, I'll pull up Linwood as an example. I'm going to view projects. Now, this should come to you right away as an email. It might be going to your spam, might be going someplace else. You can resend email. I'm just going to view projects. Now, the ones that come up, and I don't know if I can make this a little bit bigger, at least so you can see it for a minute, are going to be an open house social media ad, which has 3 photos across top and 1 big photo. An e-postcard. Now, when I say an e-postcard, we can cut and paste this right into an email to people. And I'm going to show you where you might want to send it to past clients and sphere of influence. Your flyers, you can create open house flyers. We already did one. Social media post and video, virtual tour, single property website, and our brochure. I'm going to start with a video. One of the things Moxi does for us is it takes the photos that you put in and it automatically creates a video on the property. Now, you're going to use that video to connect with and impress your current client, and you're also going to use it. Hang on, let me see if I can make this full screen. I forgot how I do that. I want to make this full screen. Hang on a second. View full screen in new window. There we go. Now let's pull this back down. All right, so there is music playing in the background, which is not translating onto your screen. but it shows a property. This is just a little two-bedroom ranch in Salisbury. It pans the photo as if it's video, and it starts showing the property and some of the highlights of the property. Gives you a lot of information. It's kind of cool. And it takes the first 10 photos you have, whatever those first 10 photos are, and creates a video out of it, and then gives you your contact information at the end. Kind of a nice little tool. Now, what I'm going to do with it is, here I can upload the video to YouTube right from the software, or I can publish the video online and create a link. If I publish the video online and create a link, I can share that link, or I can share the YouTube video, either way, with my family, with my friends, and with the owner. And what's the owner going to do? The owner is going to post it on their social media, giving you a whole new group that you're in front of. So you want to be able to make sure you've got that everywhere you possibly can. So that's the video. And again, that's done on each one of your listings. For some reason, this is locked up a little bit. And I'm going to back up in a minute anyway. Actually, let me scale this back down. So I had it pretty large. All right, let's back up. So the next step is, let's do the sorry, I'm looking for it. The single property website. If I click on this, oh, let me go back to the video for a second. I'm sorry. Under this video, let's say we didn't like it because we didn't like the photos that were in there. We want a completely different set of photos. I can hit edit on any of these and change it, and it'll automatically change everything I've got. So for example, it asks if the address is correct. It is. I'm going to hit save and continue. It automatically loaded photos that were from the multi-list in the order that they were in the multi-list. Now, this is a problem for me because I have two very similar photos as number 2 and 3, and I have two very similar photos that are number 8 and 9. It may also be that I've got it in two multi-lists, and that's why it's pulling this way. So I may want to go in and change this. I can replace the photo. I can either pull the photos from what is saved in the project, or I can upload a photo if I'd rather do an upload photo. And I can replace what's here. And then after I save that, I can change the text. I have it as Salisbury Township single at the moment, but I may want to change it to something else. I can even go and change what I want as the music in the background. I can pick whatever they have, or I can upload something. And then, of course, I can change the contact information. And again, it will build my video for me and gets it done. All right. So the other parts of this particular listing are, let's say, the social media open house card or the just listed card. Let's do the just listed. Again, if I want to take a look at it, let's download this for a second. And I'll show you what it looks like right now. Now, it may not look perfect because it pulls the first 4 photos from the multi-list, and I may want to change that. And it's taking a minute to do it. All right. So this photo, oh, where did it go? Back to downloads. All right. This is the version it gave me. Now, again, I have 2 of the same photo here, so I should have changed them. Fills in the contact information for the agent down here, the company, whether it's Central Home Kime or Central Home Country Lake Homes, and some information on it. Now, let's say I want to change this. So I'm going to go back, and I'm going to edit this as well. And this is something that's very, very easy to add to social media. I can, again, change what photos I want on it, save and continue. I can change the text I want on it. Instead, I can make this, again, Salisbury Stunner or Salisbury, oh, let's do Stunner, what the heck. It's not really a stunner. And the contact information, save and continue. It's all done in seconds. And then I can either download the image or I can publish it directly to the web. And I can publish it directly to my Facebook page that I have attached. Now, in this case, I usually download it, and I would upload it to Facebook, to Instagram, to LinkedIn if you have a LinkedIn profile. That's the second one. Third one we might look at is the single property website. And again, it creates one for you. but you might want to edit it a little bit. So let's pull up the version that we have. What photos are we looking for in this? And once again, it's using the same photos over and over again, so I might want to change out these because it's going to drive me a little crazy having so many of the same things. So maybe I'll use this photo. Maybe on here we'll use photo of the bedroom and so on. So I might do this. I can actually add a whole lot of photos to this if I want to. I can add photos directly and save and continue. And again, text. If I want to put anything in, I can put all sorts of stuff in here about the community, the schools, anything I would like. And I can even put in the video that is attached to this on that property. Now, in this case, what we have loading is a generic video in Century 21. But we can change it to the video on that property right here. And again, we can add Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn right through this. Now, I am going to pull this up. And if I want to publish to the web, actually, I should have just previewed it. Give it a second. All right. Now, I want to copy this. I think there's a way to open this, but I can create a link. I can embed in my web page, whatever I want to do. Let's pull up the website for this property. Now we can send it to the client and say, look, we've created a website on your property. Intro page, some of the information about it that I pulled from the multi-list, photos. And again, this would be with a video if I put in the video for the property. In this case, I just have a generic Century 21 video. I can click full details. There's a map, and then there's some contact information, and I can request more information. So again, something else you can share in your social media to show that you're doing something to market them, something else you can share with your clients. I'm going to go back one more time, and I just want to show you one more for the moment. And that is our 11 by 17 brochure. So let's say I want to create, actually, you know what, let me use a different property. Because I think we have one on, Patrick Circle that's pretty good. Excuse my voice today. All right, 11 by 17 brochure. Now, again, I've already got one done by the software I can download. I might want to edit this and decide what I want put in. Let's see if the photos are, yeah, the photos look pretty decent. It only takes 6 photos, but it builds a two-sided 11 by 17 folded flyer that you can use for open houses. Call this a Southern Lehigh Stunner. I can change this. I can put in remarks. The remarks are already here. I can save and continue. Contact information is already filled in unless I want to change it. And now finally, I'm going to download this PDF. I can do a standard one, or I can bleed it to the edge if we're going to send it to a printer, to a professional printer. Now, I'm going to open this if I can. And then I'm going to see if I can scale it down so you can see what this is. Let's try and make this smaller so you can see my point. This is 11 by 17, and it is folded over. This is the front. Once you fold it up, this is the inside. The nice picture, 3 more pictures, the text and everything else. And then this is the back with picture, with contact information. But it is formatted so that you just have to print it out. Now, when you are printing, you've got to change it to double-sided and flip on the short edge. But test it once and you'll see what I mean. But it builds a very nice brochure, folded 11 by 17 brochure that you can take along for open houses. And again, very impressive, something to leave at the house and takes seconds to put together with this Moxi Impress program. Now, let's say, for example, I don't have a listing, but I'm going to go and try and get one. I want to try and get a listing, so I want to create a brochure ahead of time. And I've got some photos of the property. So I might go to listings and I might instead create a new listing. And I might put in, actually, it's going to map it. So I don't know if I can put in something. Well, actually, I'm working on a listing right now. 4693 Pinehurst Circle, Center Valley, PA, 18034. And I don't know what the price is. Let's say 599,000. Building square feet is 3,000 square feet, and so on. I think I've got some stuff in here. I might add images if I have them, so I can put those together. I'm going to save this, and then I can create a project out of this. And when I create it, I can create a whole marketing kit like the one we just saw, or I can create a project where I might decide to pick out one of those 11 by 17 folded flyers and create that for me. Let's say I want most popular. Let's do that. And the most popular somewhere in here is the 11 by 17. There it is, 11 by 17 brochure. I can click on that and create it on a listing I don't have yet. And again, it'll take just a couple of minutes to put that together. I can create social media cards to show them what I'm doing. Now let me take it to just another level. Let's say I'm going to go home again, and I want to create a new project that's not on a particular listing, but just an ad or a flyer to hand out. I can actually come here and there's 283 different templates I can choose from to create an ad. I can create a billboard, brochure, e-postcard, flyer, postcard. I can do a whole presentation, social media campaign, video, virtual tour, or website on almost anything. And if I want to create a flyer, let's say, I can create a flyer in a house, or I can create a flyer where there might be 3 or 4 or 10 properties on it. So I might take this one, and this has, it looks like 5 listings, something at the top. Let's look at what a sample looks like. And I can pick the listings or the photos I want on it. Don't settle for average. Now it would fill in your information here because this is just a sample version. And it puts in 5 listings. And this is something you might want to drop off in a neighborhood, print out and drop off. Great thing to have. Very easy to put together once again. So again, this Moxi Impress software is very, very easy to use. Now let me get to one more thing that's kind of cool. Let's say I want to send something out to everybody in my database. Now I have 10,000 people in Moxi Works as part of my database. Now, how did I do that? Well, I didn't go and create new contact for 10,000 people. That would be crazy. What I did instead is in my email, I went to in my Gmail, because it has to be Gmail. I went to my contacts, and over time, I've added people to my contacts. And I'm going to merge all of this with MoxiWorks. And then every time you add a client to your Gmail account, it automatically updates in MoxiWorks, automatically. This won't work from AOL. And then as you put clients in, label them. Is it an attorney? Is it a bank executive? Is it an agent with our company? Is it a developer, a family member, hotel owner? Because we had a lot of those lately. A past client, sphere of influence, foreclosure department. Who is it? What is it? And so for each person, we put in what they are. And that will go right over to Moxi. Let me come back to this second, see where I am. And I can go to this personal address book and I can pick a group. So let's say I want to send something to all Lehigh Valley realtors. And guess what? Since I have them loaded in my database, I can click on this and I can send something to all of them. And what I might want to send to all of them is going to be a brochure. I'm going to add to all of them a brochure on a property or a flyer on a property or one of these e-ads. So if I have an e-ad on, let's pick up Patrick Circle again. And I have this under contract e-postcard. Now that might not be one I want to send to people. I can actually email to contacts this particular one. I can say what I want to send to it. And then I can pick out what contacts I want to use based on what their group is. So let's say I just want to send it to everybody at Century 21 Country Lake, and I want to say great listing in Center Valley. And I can either send it in the future or send it now, and I can hit next. And that flyer, well, it's ready to send. I want to see what it looked like. I don't want to send it out. But I'm going to come back to that for just a second. Hang on. Let's see what it actually looks like to give you an idea. So the one I was going to send, or I will not send, is this one. Oh, there we go. Let's preview. Now, once I preview, it puts this sample. It didn't put sample across top. So this is formatted like an email, and it'll send it out. And I can add other pictures. I can do a lot of stuff to it, but it's set up as an email when you send it out. So there's a lot of neat tools in here. A lot of neat tools in here we can use to get in front of clients. And then along the way, it'll show how you're doing with the work that you're working on. Again, a lot of this stuff is very, very simple to use. You're able to pull this stuff, and your admin in your office is going to be able to do something you can't, which is impersonate you and be able to pull up some of these brochures for social media for you if you run into a problem. But a great system to try and find how to quickly get a marketing piece together for clients. So that's my quick introduction. Again, you've got the ability to pull up information in your listings. You can create new projects. And again, any of these things I would share with your seller, with the person whose property you've listed, to show them that you're doing something to try and market their property. And just make sure that you tweak the photos and make sure you're using good photos. You've got lots of tools here. And again, they're already pre-created on all of your listings. I get to see everybody's listings, but you'll be able to see a lot of different pre-created stuff on your listings, or you can create your own projects if you want something a little bit different for that listing. That's it for today. I hope this was helpful, and I apologize for the challenges we ran into earlier. Thanks.